What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for your Twitter reactions to Celtic 3, Raith Rovers 0 here in the quarter-final of the Premier Sports Cup. Before we get to your tweets, I have to tell you this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app has everything you need from a football app. You can get line-up notifications for all of Celtic's games as soon as the teams are announced on match days. You can get goal alerts from games from all around the world. You can get league tables from all around the world as well. You can add widgets to your home screen to keep up to date with Celtic's next fixture, who it's against, all that sort of stuff. You can download the app by clicking the link in the description of this video. It's free wherever you get your apps on your phone, and it's a great way for you to support the channel. So if you haven't already downloaded it, please click the link in the description, get involved and let me know what you think. We'll start tonight with Daniel Miller. Routine, glad to see we lowered the tempo and saw the game out. Some might have wanted 6 goals, but I'm happy with a clean sheet, players protected and a couple of debuts. Would have liked to have seen Gigi. I think that's what we're calling Giakoumakis. It's a lot easier to say than Giakoumakis, we'll get you that. But may have been a bit crowded after him. I may have been a bit crowded after Ayeti and Jota had no joy. Scales looks good. A lot to unpick there in Daniel's tweet. I think tonight was a routine win in the end. Just good to get a win after last week where we had the 2 defeats. I think the game followed the course you would expect it to, where we dominated. And after the first 20-25 minutes, when we found the breakthrough, we were much more comfortable. I think we scored some good goals tonight. Good to see Jota got on the score sheet. A great goal by Turnbull as well in the second half, almost just curling it round the defender into the far corner. A beautiful finish. We could have maybe had 1 or 2 more, but it was the one that we needed. We're into the semi-final against St Johnstone at Hampden. It's progress on last year's performances in the Cups as well, and we've got to take the baby steps as they come in this rebuild, in this season. Hoops Lad 67 needed the result. Nothing from Ayeti again. How long can we carry that passenger? 3-0 up at home against 10 men. Raith Rovers beat on and the Greek guy stays on the bench. Strange. A win and in the semi-finals, that's the main thing. I think the subs tonight are a bit strange because we've got so many defenders on the bench, 6 defenders on the bench if you count Beaton as a defender, which he has been for the past 4 or 5 years at Celtic. We bring on Juranovic, we bring on Scales, we bring on Beaton, Sorrow comes on as well. We've got nothing in an attacking sense to really bring on. Giakoumakis was there, but I feel like he's just not ready at all. I feel it's almost a token gesture for him to be on the bench tonight, because if he's not in a position to play 10-15 minutes, then he probably wasn't fit enough at all. And you think the options we've had in the bench in recent games, it couldn't really get much worse than that. Albert, good first half, but still lacking punch up front. I agree with that. I think Ayeti just doesn't give us the same intensity, the same movement of Kyogo. I've said this in every game that Ayeti's played, that Kyogo hasn't. The quicker Kyogo can come back, the better. He is running and training again. Training on his own, albeit, but I think that's ahead of schedule. We don't want to rush him back because he's so important for us, but the quicker we can get him back in the team, ensuring that he's fit and the injury is gone, then the better, because we're a totally different team when he plays. We'll finish tonight with Mike. It was okay. Jota was lively. Carter Vickers breezed it once again. However, with Christie gone, McGregor and Kyogo out, McCarthy and Ayeti in, we have become far less effective through the middle in the last 2 games, going out wide too often and crossing from bad positions. I think that's a really good point. I think that's something that we've seen on Sunday at Livingston, taking crosses at the wrong time and constantly going wide without any real penetration and pace through the middle of the pitch, and I think that's what made it relatively easy for Livingston to defend against us. That was the case tonight, but we did get 3 goals. I think as we go forward, McGregor coming back in the team, I don't think he's too far away. And I've already talked about Kyogo. I think those 2 are absolutely massive for us, and without them, we are going to struggle regardless. The squad isn't strong enough and deep enough to cope without losing your 2 best players. The best player in the team in terms of an all-round footballer, the captain and Callum McGregor, and Kyogo, who's come in and made such an impact. To be without them is always going to hurt us, and that's just the position we're in at the minute. That's it for Twitter reactions. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you at the weekend for the build up to Dundee United.